during the flight, he pulled down his shorts and urinated in the aisle of the aircraft.
An American Airlines flight from Chicago to Manchester, New Hampshire, was forced to make an emergency landing in Buffalo, New York, after a passenger got absolutely hammered drinking Jack and Cokes. He allegedly exposed himself and urinated on the plane's aisle.
That's the face of somebody that's excited to see us. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Just got the face right now.
Okay. What's going on today?
Nothing really. Just
No, nothing really?
getting off the...
You're getting off?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Thank you.
Go stand by all those police officers right there for me.
If you need a picture, I take a picture.
Yeah, what's going on? We have no information.
Oh.
The curtain closed. I was eating. I heard like a stream of water. So I'm thinking like, something coming down. I hear her say, "Excuse me," like really close.
Oh, wow, okay.
She's peeing everywhere.
Yeah, put him in handcuffs. Great, can I have you send that to me?
And the gentleman up here came and got me. When I came up here, he was already speaking.
Okay.
And he just was acting a little erratic, like he was trying to pull up the emergency light thing.
What's your number?
So,
Can you just airdrop it to me? Yep.
so yeah.
There you go.
Half hour ago?
About a half hour. He was shaking.
Has he been drinking?
Yeah, he was drunk at the airport.
Okay.
I gave him a drink, but I hadn't even seen it. It was something.
No, he was screaming on...
Not on the plane, though. No, not on the plane.
in the time, in the time.
If
Okay.
they would have told me that I haven't even surfaced the drink, I would have stopped.
No, I get that. Totally get that.
Get it?
Yes, I dig. I get the picture.
Started acting out, trying to rip things up.
I got.
sent them out a report, so I didn't know. I could ask them what happened, or they said.
I show you. You want to see what happened?
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Watch your head getting in, man. All right.
Yeah.
Go low. That's it. There you go. All right.
So do you know where you are right now, Neil?
Yeah, I'm in the Portland Airport police station right now.
So you're not in Portland. You're in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, I knew I was flying, and I don't know what did I do that was.
We're going to talk about that, but I just want you to be aware that the plane had to land, and you're in Buffalo, New York, and you're at the police station at the Buffalo airport.
Yeah. So what? Okay.
Where are you trying to go?
Manchester, New Hampshire.
From where?
From Portland, Oregon to Manchester, New Hampshire. To go see my family.
Okay, so you left Oregon this morning? Or last night?
Or last night. Yeah, last night. Yeah.
Okay. And you're flying to New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't make it there.
No, I know.
You're in Buffalo, New York. Alright? Because there was an issue on the plane, which we're going to talk about. Okay, we have some questions for you.
Okay.
Before we ask you questions, we have to read you something. Okay?
Okay.
But before I read you that, I want to make sure you've been drinking?
Yeah. Some cocktails on the plane. Yes.
Okay. So you're in Buffalo, New York. What day of the week is it?
Today is. I got off on. I literally woke up this morning. I'm trying.
How about this? Do you know the month?
Yeah, we're in July.
Alright. Any idea of the date?
3rd.
Alright, good.
It is
good.
3rd.
Yep.
It is 3rd. Yes, 3rd July. I was supposed to get in 3rd July, get home to my family, and go to the lake.
Okay. I want you to be calm. Because I know you've had a couple beers.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I just want to make sure that you understand. And we're going to ask a couple questions about what happened on the airplane.
Yeah.
All
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you started your flight in Oregon, and you're flying to New Hampshire.
Yes.
Okay. And you've had a couple. What were you drinking?
Jack Daniels and a Coke.
When did you start drinking?
When I got on the plane, I had 3 exactly.
Okay. Do you normally drink alcohol?
Yes.
All right. And what happened on the plane?
I really could not tell you why this is going on right now.
Okay.
I don't.
Do you have any recollection about what happened or why the plane had to land?
I remember getting on the flight, and there was a gentleman that was upset about his head, and then he was upset the whole flight, and then that started that flight, the night flight, and then I got off and we landed on there.
Where did you lay over?
In Chicago.
So you flew from Oregon to Chicago,
Yes,
and then you laid over. How long was your layover?
it was about 2. It was 2 hours. Then carried over to more. So
Okay, and when you laid over for 2 hours, were you drinking?
I had 3 cocktails, and then I waited, and then we got carried. Then we got laid over more.
Okay.
I stayed in the gate and waited, and then
Were you drinking some more then?
no.
Okay.
And I got on the plane.
Uh-huh.
Everything was fine. Got a cocktail on the flight, and then
Any drinks on the plane?
yeah, I got
What was that?
Jack Daniel.
That's what you like? The JDs?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jack Daniel and Coke. Or
Alright, fine. So you're flying from Chicago to your last leg to, you're going right into New Hampshire?
Mhm.
What airport do you know?
Manchester.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened there on the plane?
I couldn't. I didn't make any commotion. I don't think. No.
Okay. Did the flight staff come up to you at all?
No. No one came up to me. I didn't talk to anybody
Okay.
the whole time.
Alright.
I didn't talk to any flight staff or anything from me to you guys right now.
Did they stop serving you alcohol at any point?
No.
Did they say anything to you?
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
Alright.
That's why I'm so shocked at what's going on right now.
Well, I'm going to show you a picture. Do you recognize anyone in that picture?
Me.
Okay. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't.
Can you tell me what the picture shows?
Pants down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Fucking the beam. Yeah, it's not.
So
right.
that's why we're sitting here. Because it looks like
I
you
understand,
took
sir.
your pants down and you had to go to the bathroom, but you weren't in the bathroom.
I went. I didn't go to the bathroom anywhere in my city or anything like that. So I wasn't doing.
Do you remember doing any of that?
I remember like standing up and doing that, but I didn't have any altercations with the staff or anything like that. So
Did they have to restrain you on the plane? Do you remember anything about that?
no,
Okay.
I didn't have. But
You recognize that urinating in the middle of the aisle is...
I don't think I was okay. Yeah, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yes,
You
I
said
do.
you're flicking the bean?
That's what it looks like. Is what I'm.
You said flicking the bean? So you weren't urinating, you were whatever?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yes, I wasn't. I was not. I went to the restroom. And I came back, and that was it. I wasn't trying to.
So why did your pants come down?
I was trying to just get the last residue off. I have a bladder control problem. I'm gonna tell you honestly. I have that. Yeah. So that's my issue, but I wasn't trying to do anything wrongful with that. I understand the picture, but
So there's other people on the plane, they were sitting next to you and across from you, and they saw that, children, women, all that type of stuff. Alright, so that's why the plane had to land. The aircraft reports they had to restrain you. You became combative at some point.
I'm not an aggressive person at all.
I understand. You've been totally fine with us. We appreciate that very much. Okay, so that's why we're here. Have you ever been arrested before?
No, sir.
So how many drinks total do you think you had?
4.
Alright. And no one said anything to you on the plane?
Nothing.
You don't remember having to be restrained by anyone?
No.
Alright. How did your pants get back up? Did you pull them up?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to do anything wrong with that situation, sir. It wasn't.
What do you mean by flicking the bean? You're trying to touch yourself?
I have a leaking problem, kind of. I'm embarrassed to say it, but
No, don't be embarrassed. We want to help you figure out what happened. Okay.
I have a leaking problem. I was trying to like flick it off, just like,
Okay.
and it just came down.
So you're walking out of the bathroom, you shut the door, and then you turn, and then what drew your attention back to your penis?
I was just trying to. It was dripping, probably. I think maybe. Yeah, it was dripping. And I wasn't thinking about facing towards the public or anything like that.
And so you pulled your pants down. Do you remember how far you pulled them down?
No, I wasn't facing the public.
No,
Yes,
no,
yeah.
right,
Yeah,
no,
we got that.
right. But
Yeah.
but you pulled your pants down after you, to use your words, and not right. After you flicked the bean, your attempt, as you say, to clean it, you pulled your pants up, and then you sat down.
Yes, sir.
And then, as far as you're concerned, the flight carried on.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Did anyone approach you after that?
No, no one came up to me at all. That's why I'm so surprised about what's going on right now.
Okay.
I just came out of the bathroom. I went to bed like 4 times, and I just came out, and
When the police officers got on the plane, once it landed here,
I was in shock.
But today you were drinking
Jack Daniels.
Jack and Coke.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the plane.
On the plane,
Yeah,
and you said that this leg of the trip they served you how many?
3.
They served
Yeah,
you
3.
3. Okay.
3.
And then from your first leg of the trip, from
Yeah,
Portland to Chicago, how many
Oh.
did you have there on the plane itself?
That was our. I had. Yeah, 3.
You had 3.
Yeah,
So from Portland to Chicago, you had 3. You stopped in Chicago. It was supposed to be a 2-hour layover. You had a couple.
but I haven't stopped in Chicago yet.
You actually did. Yeah, you stopped.
Well,
in
I
Chicago.
did, yes, but I didn't have I didn't drink at all or anything.
Okay,
you told me
you
you
said
had
a minute ago you had 3.
Well, I had 3. Wait, we're in.
We're in Chicago now.
Yeah,
because
I
the
know.
plane went from Portland to Chicago. It stopped.
Yes.
You had a layover.
Yeah. So going from Portland to Chicago, I just had a drink before I got on the flight.
Okay.
Went on
So
there.
after Portland Airport, you had a drink.
Yes.
On the flight from Portland to Chicago, you didn't have any. Is that accurate, or you had
Yes.
2?
No, I had 2 drinks from the flight there.
On the flight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you landed in Chicago, and it's
Yes.
a 2-hour layover, but it got extended. You said 2 more?
Yeah, it got extended. No, it got extended like. Let's see. Like,
Just roughly.
Yeah.
4 hours?
Probably 4.
Something like that? So you had
I had
2,
a
and then
drink-
you went back and had 2 more?
No, 2. Then I stopped. I didn't have any drinks like in the layover. Yeah.
In
Yeah,
the,
you're right.
in the Chicago airport, you said you had 3.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm
Yes,
just
that's
asking
fine.
you
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
and you said you had one more on the plane from Chicago to here.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the FBI has jurisdiction over crimes that occur when the aircraft is in flight. Because they have jurisdiction
Yeah.
over airspace. Okay. And because of what happened with you pulling your pants down and urinating, and the aircraft was in the middle of flight, the FBI will have jurisdiction on that.
Can I call anyone right now?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with having you making a phone call. You wanna put it on speaker?
I'm gonna call my girlfriend
Okay.
right now. I'm getting detained right now by the detectives on the airplane.
Hi. So my name's Detective Dewey. I'm with the NFTA Police here in Buffalo, New York. There was an incident on the aircraft during flight. First off, he's had a lot to drink today. He's intoxicated, and during the flight, he pulled down his shorts and urinated in the aisle of the aircraft. So he exposed himself to a bunch of passengers. The plane had to be diverted during flight to Buffalo, New York because of this. He's currently at our police station at the Buffalo airport. He is in custody. He's going to be charged with exposure and urination on an aircraft.
I have no clue. There was no problems on the flight at all until. Tell him something. I just don't want to tell my parents at all right now or anything.
I will say, I'm his girlfriend, so I've lived with him for a couple years, and he's done, he's woken up half asleep, he's had some, kind of sleepwalking type things, and he has, gotten half awake, gone to the bathroom. like that before.
Okay.
So I just want to let you know
Okay.
that
Full blown peed and stuff like that?
Fully intentional.
No, yeah, right. So all right, okay. When he did that, was there drinking involved in that incident?
Yes, there was one time when we were in college. We had like to go party or whatever, been home, and it happened like in the middle of the night when he was like half asleep. And I know when I dropped him off at the airport last night, we're from Oregon, so we're like, he left at like midnight, he was already super tired. And so I don't know if he was like half asleep, had some drinks, and was like half asleep when that happened.
Okay. So the previous times he's had, we'll call it accidents, if you will, there was alcohol involved?
Yes.
Okay. Was there ever an incident that he had an accident that there wasn't alcohol involved?
Maybe once. Yeah, maybe once or twice.
Okay.
He does have some like slight bladder issues, so.
I told him that already. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fly all the time. I don't.
You drink all the time on the flights?
I always have a drink, yeah, but just,
Neil, this is just me man to man talking.
yeah.
Sounds like alcohol is the common factor in these episodes with you having accidents,
Never
if you
had
will.
a problem. This is, yeah.
Sounds
I
like-
get what you're saying, yeah.
So maybe if you were to remove the alcohol,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have problems. That's just an observation.
No, I get, yeah. No,
You know what I
I'm not arguing anything you're saying.
Yeah. And again, you're a grown man. You're
No,
free
I
to do whatever you
no,
want.
I
get
get what you're saying.
just
not
an observation.
Not even disagreeing with you at all.
It's just something to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not right for you. And that's okay.
The passenger was charged federally with indecent exposure.